Welcome to this video. And on this lesson, we are going to learn how you can capture the emails and phone numbers of your Messenger bot subscribers. And also, we can perform actions once we have captured the email or phone number. Example, we can import those information, the email and phone number on your Google Sheet. We can also import those information to your favorite email service provider. Example, SendFabs or MailChimp or ActiveCampaign or any email service provider, as long as Marketing Master IO has a native integration for that service provider. So let me show you a quick example of this setup. So this is the Messenger bot setup, and I'm going to save this first. Okay, so after saving, we can now send a test. So we have an empty Google Sheet here, and also we have our SendFax email service provider here. I have created a test list. Currently, it has no subscribers yet. So what I want to do is I'm gonna capture an email from my Messenger bot subscriber and then import that email to this new list that I created on SendFox. And also, I want to import those information on my Google Sheet as well. So let's send a test and see how this works. I'm going to click Send Test, and then I'm going to click Send Test Now. All right, so we are now going to start testing. So this is what we call the Get Started button. So your subscribers will always get this button whenever they message your Facebook page for the first time. The Get Started button is also included in our setup. And later I'm going to show you how we can set up a Get Started button together with our flow. So let's click first the Get Started button here. And then we should receive the first message of our flow. All right, so we have now received the first message of our flow. Hi, Colin, let us know which email to send your sample computation. Please click on your email below. So I have included a disclaimer here. Not seeing your email on the button, then please type your email instead. The email button here is what we call an email quick reply. So this will only be available to subscribers who have set their emails as public on the privacy settings. So there are still Facebook users who do not want to share their email address on across Facebook platform. So for those users, they might not see the quick reply email. So that's why I have put a disclaimer here so that an alternative would be they would type their email here and then we would still be able to capture that data. So in this case, I have set the email used on my Facebook profile as public. So that's why it is shown here on our flow. So I'm going to click the quick reply email. And then after that, we are going to receive the follow-up flow. Great. Now you can also schedule a short call with one of our experts. To share your mobile number, please click your mobile number below. So the same with the email quick reply. The phone number quick reply also works if the subscriber have shared their phone number on their Facebook profile and they have set it to public. So if they did not set the phone number to public, then your subscribers might also not see a phone number quick reply here. So that's why I have also set a disclaimer here. Not seeing your phone number on a button, then please type your phone number so that even if they do not see the quick reply button, they would still be able to type their phone number here and we would still be able to capture that data. So I'm going to click the phone number here. So we should be able to capture that now. Thank you. We have received all the needed information. So this is the email that we have provided, and this is the phone number that we have provided. So if we take a look at our Google Sheet, as you can see, it is automatically imported here. And if we go to our contact list on SendFax, if we refresh this, we should be able to see one contact here. So as you can see, our new list test, if we click that, we would have one subscriber here, and this is our subscriber. So we have just recently imported this on on SendFabs via our chatbot. So that is what we are going to build here. So if you're ready, then I'm going to show you how we can build that exact flow. All right, welcome to our dashboard. So we must first make sure that we have imported our Facebook profile, and we have also imported the Facebook page that we are going to use to create a chatbot flow. So to do that, go to import social media. Okay, so as you can see, I have already imported my Facebook account. And the next thing is we are going to enable the Facebook page that we are going to use here. So in this case, I have enabled the new Clock City Homes. I'm going to use this page for our chatbot flow. So once we have this enabled, we can now go to our chatbot flow builder. So just go to the sidebar menu located on your left, and then click the chatbot flow builder link. After clicking, we should be redirected to our flow builder dashboard. So we must first create the needed elements for this to work. What we need is a Google Sheet and a custom variables. So what the custom variables does is it will store the information that is given by the user, and we would be able to use that information later on inside of our flow. So let's first import a Google Sheet on our chatbot flow. And then once imported, we would be able to call it as a bot sheet. So go to Google Sheets. We are going to start with a blank Google Sheet. So just click this. And then let's put a name for this Google Sheet. Okay, so I'm going to name this Google Sheet as New Clark, email, phone, data. All right. So after naming this, we need to give an editor access to Marketing Master IO. So the way to do that is we are going to share the email, the system email of MMIO. So go to Bot Sheets and then click Import New Google Sheet. And then after that, you should be able to see this email. So what you're going to do is highlight this email. It is in the middle of the double parentheses. And then we are going to copy this and then go to your Google Sheet and then click the share button. So after clicking the share button, we are going to add the email that we have just copied as a member or as an editor of this Google Sheet. So just make sure that the both of these access is enabled. The editors can change permissions, and viewers and commenters can see the option that to download. So go back and then make sure that this is on the editor. Okay, so this is ready. We can now click send to give an editor access to Marketing Master IO. The next is we are going to register this Google Sheet to MMIO. So click share again. And after that, we are going to get the sharing link. So change to anyone with the link, click this, and then we are going to click the sharing link. So this is what we are going to copy. And then after we have copied the sharing link, we can go back to MMIO now, and then we can paste the sharing link here, okay, on the input field. So I'm gonna click OK. All right, we have successfully imported our Google Sheet. The next thing that we are going to do is we are going to create a custom variables. So go to custom variables and then create a new variable. So in this case, I am going to name this as new Clark email, and then test new Clark email test. Okay, and then I'm gonna enable the Google Sheet. So just make sure that the option that you have chosen is the dynamic option. So do not choose the fixed or predefined option. Choose the dynamic option and then enable the Google Sheet. After that, we are going to find the Google Sheet that we have imported, which is the new Clark email phone data. And then we are going to use sheet number 1. And then for the column, we're going to choose column D. So what this does is we are going to set our email to be saved on this specific cell. So for the column A, B, and C, it is reserved for the subscribers ID, first name, and last name. So that is why we can only set the custom variable starting with column D. So by design, we are going to set the column D as our email. So that's why we have chosen column D here. Again, column A, B, and C are reserved for the subscribers ID, first name, and last name. Okay, we are going to click confirm for this one. And then we would need another data, which is the subscriber's phone number. So new Clark phone test. So this would become our new variable. Again, enable the Google Sheet and then choose the Google Sheet again, and then the sheet number. And then we are going to choose column E in this case. So we have already used column D for email, and then we are going to use column E for our phone number. So I'm going to click confirm. So if we go back to our Google Sheet, so column D is for the subscriber's email, and then column E is for the subscriber's phone number. You can add another column here. So if you need to add more data, if you need to get more information from your subscriber, then you can just add another custom variable, and then you can just choose another column here. All right. So we have a lot of columns to choose from. It's really then up to you how many data you want to collect from your subscribers. So we already created 2 custom variables, and we have already imported our bot sheets. What we need to do next is we are going to import or we are going to connect our SendFabs integration so that we can save our email to our SendFabs list. So you can also do this for other email service providers like MailChimp, GetResponse, or ActiveCampaign. But for this example, I'm going to choose SendFabs. So to do that, let's first integrate SendFabs. Go to your left sidebar menu and then go to integrations. So once you are on the integrations tab, go to Messenger Chatbot integrations. So once you are here, just click connect and enter your SendFabs access token here. All right. So you can easily get the SendFabs access token. If you want more information how to do that, just click the more information here so that you would be able to know how you can get the SendFabs access token. So after getting your SendFabs access token, input your access token here and then click validate and save. And after you have successfully validated or connected your SendFabs integration, we can then go back to our Chatbot Flow Builder. So go to Chatbot Flow Builder. And then after that, we are now going to create our flow. So to do that, just click Create New Flow. And then let's name this as Demo Collect Email and Phone. So that would become the name of our flow. All right, we are now on the dashboard. So the first thing that we can do is we are going to create a text element. So there are multiple ways to do that. We can either use the dock menu. So to use the dock menu, all you have to do is drag and drop your chosen element and it will be created for you. Another option is you can right click on anywhere on the editor screen. Example, I want to right click here, and then you can choose text element there, and then it will be created for you. And another method is, this is my favorite method, is click the socket of the reference element. After clicking that, point it to anywhere on the screen, because after you selected your element, it will be automatically connected. All right. So that's the advantage of this method. So this is our first element, a text element. So I'm just gonna copy the previously set text here. So I'm gonna copy the text. All right. So this is the text that I'm going to use for my chatbot flow. The next is we are going to set a get started button. So the get started button, it is only necessary if you have not set a get started button before, you have not configured it, and you need to configure it if you want to send a test on MMIO. So just right click, and then what we're going to do is add a triggers and then connect the trigger on our first text element. So we need to configure our trigger as well. So to configure, just click the trigger and then we are going to choose the get started trigger type. All right, so that's how easy it is to configure your get started trigger type. So after configuring our get started trigger type, we are now going to create a quick reply. So let's configure it on our text element. So we can add a quick reply by clicking the add quick reply button here. And after that, for the quick reply, let's choose email, all right? Let's choose email as the type. So the way email quick reply works is if your Messenger bot subscriber has set their email as public on their profile, then it will automatically show whenever that subscriber has received this message. All right. So after that, we are going to connect a another element, the user input element. So click on the screen and then choose the user input element here. So what the user input does is it collects data from your user. The data will be collected either from the quick reply text or the button text, or it can also be collected from the information that the subscriber has manually typed. So in this case, this is automatically presented to the subscriber. If the subscriber clicks the quick reply email, it will be saved on our user input. Now, let's configure our user input. We need to choose which variable we are going to save the email. So in this case, I'm going to choose custom variable. And then let's choose the variable that we have recently created, which is the new Clark email test. Okay, so I'm going to click OK. And then we need to send another message. So for this message, we are then going to thank the subscriber for giving us their email. And also we are going to ask the subscriber for their phone number. So I'm just gonna copy the text that I have previously created here. So I'm now going to configure this text. I'm gonna paste the text that I'm gonna use. So in this case, I thank the subscriber. Great. Thank you for giving us your email. You can say that here. Also, I have put a disclaimer here. So whenever the subscriber have not set their phone number as public on their Facebook profile, they can optionally type their phone number here so that we can still capture that data. So I'm gonna click confirm changes. And after that, same process, I'm gonna click add quick reply. But in this case, instead of email, I'm gonna use the phone type. All right. So um, the phone quick reply will only show if the subscriber have set their phone number as public on their profile. So let's set a another message here. So the element that we're going to use here is another user input. And in this case, let's configure our user input to use the variable. Another variable which we recently created, the new part phone test. Okay, so this custom variable is connected to our recently imported Google Sheet. So that's why it is very important to choose the correct variable so that your data won't be saved elsewhere. All right. So after giving us their phone number, we are then going to thank our subscribers. All right. So what I'm going to do here is, I'm just gonna copy this portion of the text because this text, we used a custom variable key. I'm going to show you how you can use the custom variable key. So let's go back to our text element. So let's configure this. Let me first paste the text that I have previously copied. And then I'm going to show you how you can add a custom variable. So what a custom variable does is it will show the data that the user has provided, all right, on your flow. So click custom, this custom button here, and then we are going to find the custom variable that we have used to save the data from our subscriber. So we are going to use this custom variable first, the new Clark email test. I'm going to click add. So the new Clark email test variable key will be replaced with the actual information that the user has provided on your flow. So the email you provided is, and then this is the variable key. The next is the phone you provided is, and then we are going to choose custom here, and then choose the custom variable that we have used, the new Clark phone test, and then click add. All right. So that's how you use the custom variable key to display the information that the user has previously provided. Okay, so I'm going to click confirm changes. So this is quite similar to the previous setup, but one thing is lacking. We need to set up a connection between our flow and SendFabs, our email service provider. So the way to do that is we are going to add an action. So right click on our editor screen and then choose action. Okay. So we need to connect the action element on the confirmation message after the user has saved the email or provided the email. So since this is the message after the user has provided the email, then this is the element that we are going to connect our action element into. So we are then going to configure our action element. And then we are going to choose the add email to SendFabs list. So this is the action that we are going to use. So just click add action and then choose the email list that we are going to use for this case. So let's choose new email list test. I'm going to click confirm the changes. Okay. So this is the complete setup. We are now going to save this. After saving our flow, we can now send a test. So to send a test, just click the send test button and then click send test now. All right, so we have received the test message. And in this case, instead of clicking our quick reply email, let's try to type our email instead. So I'm going to use test@test.com. And then we should receive another message asking for our phone number. And again, instead of clicking the phone number quick reply, we are going to type our phone number instead. So I'm going to type my phone number for testing purposes. Okay. And after that, we should receive a thank you message. Okay, great. So as you can see, our information was saved successfully. And then if we go to our Google Sheet, we should be able to see a new row here, which is this one. So as you can see, the column A is used for the ID of our Messenger bot subscriber, and then column B is for the first name, column C is for the last name, and then for the column D, we have assigned it to capture the email, and then for the column E, we have assigned it to capture the phone number. And if we go to our SendFox list, we should see, if we refresh this, we should see another entry here. And as you can see, we have another entry, the test@test.com. So this is because we have connected successfully our SendFax list integration. All right, great. So that marked the end of our lesson. For improvement, you can even add a condition element here. to filter email if the email is indeed a valid email or not. So simply add a condition element, and then if it is a valid element, and then save the that email to the user input. And if it is not a valid email, then send a message saying to the subscriber to send a correct email, okay? An email with the correct format. But we won't be able to cover that for this lesson. So I hope you learned a lot. And if you have further question, just message us or create a support ticket, and we will be glad to assist you.